What's going on, TYS family? It's your boy Young Eli. Got Cowboy Kev in the building. Say what's up to the people, Kev.
What's going on, man? What it do?
Hey man, we're gonna hit y'all with another little quick episode, man. We're a little bit late. What's today? What, Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
The finals. No. We gonna go WWE first. We're gonna knock the bullshit out the way, Kev. With WWE, we got the Money in the Bank pay-per-view this Sunday. Damn.
I know, stop. Put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some
It's a
respect.
big pay-per-view, Kev. You gonna laugh?
I'm a snicker at it.
Yeah. Put some respect on it, man.
I definitely am, man. Like, you got 4 of the same damn matches. It's like, okay.
All right, man. We're gonna go jump right into this Money in the Bank pay-per-view. We got the women's title on the line. Naomi versus the beautiful friend of the show, Lana, making her in-ring debut. Damn, she jumped smack to the top. We got a title shot. That's crazy. As she deserves. Anybody got a problem when you can see me? Who you got in this match, Kev?
I don't know, man. I think Lana's going to get a really big push. And I got to admit, man, a little time off helped her out. She is looking good.
Hey, man. Keep your eyes on Tamina and fucking Nia Jax. Nia Jobber, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go with the shocker, the surprise, man. Time to try something different. Let's put the belt on Lana.
I mean, why not? They screwing the shit out of her husband, so might as well do something with her.
Yeah, man. Next matchup, the World Heavyweight title. These probably ain't gonna be the particular order they air. And man, we just shooting off the hip. The championship match, Jinder Mahal, Kev's friend of the show versus Randy the Viper Orton.
Oh man, you know I'm going Jinder Mahal, man. Friend of the show, gotta go Jinder, man. Jinder is, his athleticism, his power. It's just gonna be too much, man, and he gonna go 2-0 in championship matches against the Viper.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm going Randy Orton, man. It's time to cut the shenanigans. Put the belt back on Randy Orton so he can get a job to my man, who I'm going to announce. My pick for the Money in the Bank. But I think Randy Orton takes this, man. Hopefully, man. I ain't trying to see no goddamn Jinder Mahal with the belt no more. Even though they had a slight spike in ratings with him, I think he's all right, but he's not real because, as you told me, the ratings went right back down to the shitter. Yeah. So I think they're going to take the belt right off him and put it on Randy, man.
The only reason I say that I'm going with that, with Jinder winning, is because there's been some dark matches over the last couple days between him and Shinsuke Nakamura. That's the only reason I'm saying I think they're trying to get a feel from the audience if they're going to go that direction at the next, big pay-per-view. I'm just saying.
Next match. The tag team titles. The the Usos versus the New Day for the SmackDown tag team titles. I'm going the New Day. I'm thinking it's time for to breathe some life into this SmackDown tag team division. And what better way to start with the New Day? Who you going with, Kev?
Unfortunately, I rock with both teams, honestly, but I think you're right on this one. I think it's going to be the New Day because they're going to I think they're definitely going to try to jolt a little bit of life into that tag team division on SmackDown. So yeah, I think I'd have to agree with you on that with the New Day because it needs a jolt. The tag team division needs a jolt, and it's definitely not coming from the Usos.
Hey, Kev.
I don't know if I want to hear this. I don't know if I want to hear this.
That's when they smile in my face. Whole time they want to take my place. Whole time they want to take my place.
We turn your back on the ooh owls, man. You was a New Day fan too, though, so I give you that. It took you a little bit of time, but you a New Day fan, though, man.
I mean, I gotta admit the Usos been roasting Big E, but outside of that, they need to get it, man. They're still a fan favorite, and they SmackDown need all the help it can get right now.
The women's money, the first edition women's Money in the Bank, man. Who's in there? You got Carmella, you got Natalya, you got Becky Lynch, you got Charlotte Flair. Who you got winning, Kev?
That's a tough one for me, man. The smart money for me would have put them, to say Charlotte Flair. But Tamina Snuka's in this match, right?
Who?
Tamina Snuka.
Is she even on the roster?
Wow.
Wow.
Because I've been seeing some clips. She's beaten her twice. She's beaten Naomi twice, but smart money would say Charlotte Flair, man.
Yeah, Tamina here. Damn, man.
Just saying, smart money. I would say Charlotte, but
Definitely is
that's
smart
just
money.
She getting emotional talking about them. I don't know, man. They might be giving her a push after all this time.
All right.
With
Since I picked, is Charlotte a heel on SmackDown?
She's actually a face
Right.
now.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. I can stick with Charlotte. I can stick with Charlotte. 'Cause I'm about to say I got Lana winning. I think Lana is a heel. So I was gonna go with the face, but Charlotte is a face. I think Charlotte wins. Yeah, I think definitely Charlotte wins. They probably give Lana a little bit of time with the belt, and then Charlotte cashes in on her ass.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
All right, the men's Money in the Bank, man. Damn, young fucking Ziggler, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, and is my man Baron Corbin in this?
Corbin is in that.
And Sami Zayn. Who do you have, Kev?
I'm taking Shinsuke.
Hey, young.
Based off of what's been transpiring the last couple days, you just don't put a guy in a dark match just because. Now, mind you, shit with WWE is always subject to change up until the last minute when the match is getting ready to start. So him having dark matches really don't mean shit because, like I said, it's all about the audience's feel. Right now, the audience is feeling Shinsuke a lot, and this Orton Mahal feud, they want to try to stretch it till SummerSlam, but it looks like they're not. So I think SummerSlam, this is the second biggest event of the calendar year for the company. So I can see Shinsuke versus Jinder Mahal for the chip. I can see it.
Hey, yeah, you just took my pick, dog, and Shinsuke ain't in your man, dog. Ever since Shinsuke came up, probably even since you can probably go further back to NXT, you've been calling my man Shinsuke Socket to me. You've been real disrespectful.
You're right, I have. And Mr. Sakatumi is about to get a nice little push, but it's time for them to start boosting up the NXT roster of guys that have come up. Shinsuke's been an NXT champion. I think he is getting that push because they're wanting to broaden the scope with those guys. And I mean, honestly, we both know this Jinder Mahal shit ain't gonna last. It's, as soon as they start getting money from the Indian market, it's gonna be right down the drain with this guy, and he'll be mid-card and all that shit, and then he'll probably be with like Kalisto in a tag team or some dumb shit like that. So I mean, I'm just going with the smart money and reports that I've been reading, man. It looks like Shinsuke's about to get a push, man. And I mean, I know I've been a little disrespectful to the guy. I've never said he's not a hell of a talent, but it'd be nice to see. I wouldn't mind seeing him with the strap, to be honest, man. I think it'd be interesting.
Hey, Kev, you just hit on a great point, and I forgot to cover this with you. I don't even know if you've seen it. Well, we're gonna have a quick sidebar right here. You mentioned something about WWE and NXT tag team. I mean NXT talent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen the reports. I'm not sure if they're 100% legit, but I seen that H is mad the way Vince is treating NXT talent.
I definitely seen it.
Ooh, I 100% feel him. I'm surprised that H had the audacity to be mad at fucking Vince. You know, I mean, not saying nothing about H, but you know what I'm saying. People of that magnitude don't really get people to be real with them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I 100% feel him, man. Like up until now, they treated Neville like shit. Apollo Crews is we voiced our displeasure with him. What else? Who was it? The fucking tag team. What's that goddamn tag team?
Luke and Luke Gallows.
Nah. The Ascension.
Yeah,
They were
Ascension. Oh, they virtually
super
got they,
dominant in NXT, and they just came up with
and now they
shit.
need their memory.
Right. So yeah, they have been real terrible at, you know what I'm saying, pushing the NXT talent, building on the legacy and stuff they built down there, and they pretty much become up to the main roster and they get jobbed out. Like very few of like H's guys, like your Seth Rollins, your Romans, your Samoa Joes, they get a push. Kevin Owens, they get a push. But your average guys, like the Vibe Villains and all them, I don't even think I ever seen a revival since that time. They might have been. I haven't seen a revival in a while.
And yeah, you know, and we've been critical, like all the other, you know, fans of the company that have been pissed off about the direction and how they're booking. And for H to speak out upon it makes me think that it's more Vince and K than him, because
100%.
we both have to sit back, and I don't think we really thought about it probably until now. The fact that NXT is H's baby,
Right? Yeah, we've been talking about that
you
though.
know.
We talked about that.
Yeah, right. So this is his baby. This is his project, and Vince McMahon is reaping the benefits. The company is reaping the benefits because you can go out now to ROH and sign their talent and have them incubate and get their character, or you know, their character and the things that they want to do, ring entrances and all that stuff. And you can go to TNA, you can go to the indie scene, you could go to New Japan, and you can snatch up these guys and have them down at the Performance Center and let them incubate for a little while before you bring them up to the main roster. Now, there's been questions because there's certain talents that some people feel that have gotten a push a little bit earlier than they should. And I mean, I like Bayley. Did I think Bayley was ready when she came up? I really didn't. And now she's getting jobbed the hell out to Alexa Bliss that has no mic skills whatsoever. You know, like you said, Apollo Crews, a hell of a talent. He could probably be doing something to making more money and got more steam right now over in Japan or India somewhere than what they're doing here. You know, they want to kind of keep the title on guys like Neville, which is not a problem with me. Neville's a really talented guy. Austin Aries as well. That cruiserweight shit is going nowhere, in my opinion. It's like they're trying to recreate something that's you can't recreate. And WCW did it the best with the cruiserweights, regardless of the whole that era with the NWO and all that shit. The fact is, we got classic matches because those guys, you know, like back in the day when I was a kid, I would see matches 2-3 weeks that were old from ECW because I had a friend whose dad used to get the tapes because he used to commute back and forth to Philly from his job, and I think he knew somebody that knew Paul Heyman or something. It's that was a long time ago. But anyway, long story short, you know, you're bringing these guys up when they're starting to get a little bit of heat, or not heat, but you know what I'm saying, a spark from the fans in the universe. You bring them up, you job the shit out of them, and it's just not fair, man. It's just really not fair. And I'm with H, man. It's been. I mean, Raw and SmackDown this week had piss poor low ratings again after having a solid comeback week less than a week ago.
Yeah, they just up and down, man.
I mean, he need to take over the booking. I mean, but I don't think that. I mean, McMahon's so damn stubborn. You know, he wants to still relive things. Excuse me, I was trying to say like it's 10, 15, 20 years ago. It's time for some fresh shit. It's time to cut that brand split shit. It's time to maximize your talent and stop giving us the bullshit. But it seemed like more like the writers are in charge and really kind of steering the ship. And what the hell that Vince is, doing with the card.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I like the brand split shit because if it wasn't for the brand split shit, some talent wouldn't really get no shine. If they do the same storylines over Raw and SmackDown. But I mean, I just think they just need to do something better with the brand split. Like I said, I'm not even gonna go over that. But like I said, they need to push the mid card talent, push other people. Stop having like your goddamn heavyweights holding these little ass titles. Like use that to elevate your mid card talent. But like I said, I don't want to rehash on that shit. We jump on that shit like every fucking episode. But
True.
anything else on WWE? You ready to move on to these NBA Finals recap?
Yeah, it's one last thing. I don't know if you've been seeing it. I've been on network here and there watching some old school stuff just out of boredom, but I saw something on YouTube, and kayfabe is just so. First of all, the fans or the people that listen to our show don't know what kayfabe is, and I strongly suggest they Google it. But anywho, kayfabe is truly 100% dead in this business, and I think this is the thing that's ruined WWE to an extent that they've let the fans too far in, especially dealing with social media. My thing is, how the hell do you have like a semi-fake beef getting ready to transpire between Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss, but you have them together on Snapchat and they're riding together? And that, I mean, if they're supposed to go like, because there's supposed to be a suspected or there's supposed to be a written turn in their friendship and she goes heel or whatever the hell the case may be. But how can you do that? Eli, me and you are rivals, or I'm your man, or I've been your lackey, and all of a sudden, they catch us on YouTube talking and shit. And it's like, but Eli, you disrespected me, and I don't know, but it's just, how can you sell that?
Yeah, that. I don't know. That's probably part of the problem. Like the social media era, like everyone got to put everything online.
Everything. I mean, they riding down the highway singing songs and shit. And I'm like, well, how the hell am I supposed to believe y'all? I mean, and we all know wrestling is fabricated. But I'm sitting there like, well, how the hell, if I'm I'm a young kid watching this shit and I'm supposed to believe y'all are about to start beefing or you are beefing, but y'all on Snapchat singing Britney Spears songs together, how the hell am I supposed to believe that y'all are beefing?
Yeah, man, that's sports all around. Like I thought freaking what's the name? Draymond and LeBron were like kind of like really beefing. But it turns out they're kind of friends. I don't know if you've seen like the shirt that Draymond wore at the parade or whatever. He had what's that? The Cavs arena is called the Quicken Loans Arena.
Yeah.
So he had a shirt on with the championship trophy, and it had like the little Quicken Loans cube, but it said Quickie because they got him out of there in 5 games. So then, like, they've been taking shots. LeBron had the whole Ultimate Warrior shirt and the Tombstone cookies last year. I thought they were really beefing with the whole, him hitting LeBron in the nuts. I thought they were really beefing, but in that little interview, they let the cat out the bag. They're actually really good friends, and it's all fun and games. So it's just, I mean, that's just today's age, and that's like what we get when they join up in teams. Like everybody's just all friends. Like there's nothing wrong with that, but like it takes the competitive edge out of it. It takes the fun out of it for wrestling. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we already get piss poor matches, and then we know you guys. I don't know. It just sucks. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a piss poor time, man, in sports, man. But I ain't got nothing else on the evil empire, man.
Moving along to the NBA Finals recap. Congratulations to the Golden State Warriors. Kevin Durant took home the MVP trophy. Curry all of them had a great series, despite what you hear people say. People say, "Oh, Steph went abs," and Steph damn near triple-double the series. Oh, Klay Thompson, it's only one ball, so he didn't really show up too much on offense, but he had his fingerprints all over that game on defense. And the guy you couldn't really let cook was Kyrie, and he kind of strapped Kyrie for like 3 or 4 games. Took Kyrie out of the game, and that's huge. Like I said, like it's hard to get in a rhythm when you got like 3 of the best shooters in the league. Like somebody take a backseat, and that's what they talked about. The team is like super unselfish, man. And I'll be a man about it. I was totally wrong about the whole KD thing. I didn't. It was a good move for him. Like that's just the way the league is going. Like I even heard Adams. It's Adam Silver, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Commissioner
So
Silver.
they're pushing this super team. So breaking news. Don't be surprised if we see more super teams get formed in the near future. Because he was asked something about is super teams ruining the league. He's like, no, he basically alluded to maybe we need to make more super teams so we can compete with these super teams. Even though LeBron and KD both say, oh, these are not super teams. Like, cut the shit. So I mean, I will like take my hat off. You know, I've been hard on KD this year. Didn't like the move, but like he didn't follow Golden State. He took the driver's seat, and it was like times where it was like looking a little bit shaky, like Game 3. And I thought Cleveland was going to take that, and he just hit the dagger right in LeBron's face. Like didn't hesitate, walked right up to the 3-point line and just won that game right there. And he's been balling out. He's been like the main consistent player on Golden State. Like I said, Klay Thompson's been in and out. Steph probably had like maybe one off game. Draymond's been in foul trouble. He's been like the main consistent. So hats off to the Golden State Warriors and Kevin Durant. And he shouted out the DMV PG area, man. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, man. Big ups, man. Hometown, KD, man. I mean, and I know we had a discussion about that on the show because I didn't really think that he was. I mean, like I said, I didn't think I thought he was wrongly judged for what he did, and my thing is, I felt that he shouldn't have commented in the fashion that he did because it made him look bad. But like I said, this is the art of free agency. This is a business, and that's what people I thought failed to see because everybody was like, "Well, it's a weak move to go to somebody that beat you the year before." Okay, well, Dion beat us with the Niners the year before, and then he came to Dallas because the Niners didn't want to pay him. So we want to chip off that. I don't see Cowboy fans screaming, saying, "Oh, man, get the goddamn trophy back because we had Dion." I mean, like, it's a subjective thing, man. Them dudes are paid to try to win titles. You got to justify giving somebody $80 million or whatever. I mean, hell, Tristan Thompson's making $80 million, and he ain't the caliber of no one on that goddamn floor between Seth, KD, LeBron, Kyrie, or Kevin fucking Love. But for me, I was glad it went down. Well, I was, I was highly upset with Game 4. I thought that was just a 100% debacle. I mean, 20 fucking free throws in a quarter. All those instant replays and shit. The referee slowing down the game, making it seem like, it was the referees making the game more about them than what should have happened on the floor. And I don't know if that report is true that we both read about them getting a bonus if it went at least 6 or 5 or 6. But it felt like a fix was on, and I'll say it. Shit,
That game was wild.
That game was straight. It was 100% unadulterated bullshit. Was what that game was, and for me, like I said, I really like the Warriors style, and for me, going back old school and watching for the last 2 nights that 30 for 30, and realizing that even though in that era there were a lot of Laker fans because of Magic and it was a race thing and all that shit. But yeah, outside of that bullshit, it's the fact that Boston was not scared to make the extra pass. Larry Bird was never scared to make the extra pass to someone else. And the same thing with Magic for a couple of years. That's why they lost to Boston in '84 and all that. He was never scared to make the extra pass. That extra pass means a whole bunch. That's why Popovich is a successful coach. Spreading the floor, passing the ball around, trying to get it to that extra man that's open. That's what the game differs from what the Warriors do and what LeBron does. LeBron is an isolation scorer. He has the ball first. He may have the ball last. Kyrie may get a shot. He may not. LeBron may hit him motherfucking head, or he's looking to hit one of them weak ass, power dunks and make that ugly ass Garanimal gorilla cookie face he makes. But at the end of the day, man, I'm proud of KD. I'm proud of KD. I'm proud of KD. I don't give a fuck what nobody says, man. The kid had a hell of a finals. He deserved the finals MVP. And he deserved this chip, man. And, my hat's off to the Golden State Warriors, man. 3 finals in the last 3 years, 2 out of 3 chips, man. That's a hell of an accomplishment because getting there ain't easy. We could talk about the talent base and how the game's watered down, but you got to play to get to the NBA Finals, period. Got to play to get to the finals, man. So, for me, like I said, it was I enjoyed that closeout game. I especially enjoyed Seth hitting that 3 late in the game, and LeBron's face, man, was just, what the old commercial used to say? Priceless.
That might have to be the cover art. I'm gonna have to merge the Draymond Quickie shirt with the LeBron crown. I'm gonna have to do something a little bit funny with that. But yeah, man. It was an amazing show by the Warriors. Congratulations to them. Hats off to them. Oh man. Now we gotta get into a discussion that's kind of irritating, man.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have to compare today's stars to yesterday's legends? Your guy KD let off a soundbite interview. Kyrie is more skillful than Allen Iverson. We always hear LeBron's better than Jordan. LeBron's the GOAT. He's the greatest player of all time. He's better than Kobe. It's bullshit. Let these guys at least finish their careers before we start having this conversation. Because it sounded like LeBron was on his way to being better than Jordan, but now I think we kind of gotta dead this conversation. Now he's 3-5 in the finals. No hate, you sensitive fucking LeBron fans. I see a few guys leaving little nasty comments and shit on the YouTube or our social media page and shit. Take your panties out of a bunch, man. There's nothing wrong being short of fucking Jordan. LeBron's still a great fucking player. No shade to Kyrie. He's an amazing player. But he's not as skillful. He's not as good as as Allen Iverson. And then each person you have a conversation with, they try to skew and cut the discussion down to make it in Kyrie's favor. Oh, let's cut defense out. How you gonna cut defense out because Kyrie isn't as good as Allen Iverson on defense? Let's talk about offense. Oh no, I'm talking about actual dribbles and shots and stuff. You just keep taking stuff away. Because I didn't even justify the argument. I was like, okay, if you drop Kyrie on that 76ers team, is he taking them to the playoffs, let alone the finals? And I think if you ask anybody, you're going to get a unanimous no. If he can't do that, then that should tell you he might not be as skillful as Allen Iverson. Why are we even having this conversation? Kyrie is fresh off of a kind of a bad performance in the NBA Finals. He only showed up for 1 game. How are you fresh off that and you going to push him past a legend like Allen Iverson? You got anything to say on this, kid?
Yeah, I just, it's kind of a, it's a subjective thing to me, man. This, and even with LeBron fans, they get pissed off when you always compare the dude to Mike. And, the league, Nike wanted him to be the heir apparent. And for me, I've never seen him in the same light, just because I just think that the game is a little more watered down. And, people will call us haters and say the show sucks because I'm going to say that, he's a guy and it's not just him, a lot of these guys are privileged now and they get spoon-fed, the limelight. And for me, it just, that's not, and like I said, I'm a fan of KD and all that, but that's not a fair assessment because KD never played against LeBron. I mean, excuse me, Iverson, to even say who's better between the two. We can all watch a YouTube highlight and be like, damn, but for us to have grew up, like for me to grow up in that era when Iverson was around and seeing him at Georgetown, going to Georgetown games when it was him and lame ass Victor Page in the backcourt and
front of the show,
hey,
man. Make some noise for Victor Page, man.
Before we sign off, I got a Victor Page story just because you wanted to do that shit. But nah, it's just, I don't understand why, even with the media, it's like they want to push the legends of the past, like they, not saying that they didn't exist, but it's like, okay, they had their moment. These are these guys' moment. But I'm like, you can't sit there and acknowledge and say that these dudes, this is their moment when you always want to compare them to guys of the past. Because there's media outlet, there's media personalities, and there's fans of, let's just say it, LeBron, that want him to be elevated over Mike. And I don't really get that because that's not what Jordan was looking to do. Jordan wanted to be the best. He wanted to be better, but his goal was winning championships. He wasn't sitting there aiming for Kareem's scoring title. Honestly, he wasn't. His goal was, okay, 1987, well, let's go back. 1986, dropped 63 in the Garden against one of the best teams, I think, in NBA history, in them 86 Celtics. They lose the series. 87, he's dealing with the Pistons. 88, the Pistons. 89, the Pistons. He went back to the drawing board, got himself stronger, mentally stronger, physically stronger, and went out and earned everything he got. LeBron James, there's no one right now that can break it down to me and say what the hell LeBron James has really earned. Because you lost to some cupcake-ass teams, in Cleveland. Like, come on. The fucking Magic with Dwight Howard, that dude's softer than Charmin. Him and Jameer Nelson, you were crying for help because y'all couldn't beat these scrubs in the East. You crying for help, and I would have never, and to be fair, we can't really say that Jordan didn't sit and say to Jerry Reinsdorf and Jerry Krause, who were GM and president of the Bulls, that he did need some help. It was apparent. Like 86, you got Reggie Theus and a way past this prime George Gervin on the team. And then 87, 88, we all know the story, getting Cartwright, Pippen, Paxson was already on the team, etc. But those were moves built through the draft and some slight free agency shit. This wasn't, oh man, shit, man, let's see if we can get this nigga Isaiah, man. He need a point guard. And and I'm glad that, honestly, it's going to be a downfall to me of the NBA, but I'm glad that Adam Silver ain't David Stern, because David Stern like to try to say shit without saying shit. We're aware of this, but we don't know if we want it to really happen. Type bullshit with him. I'm just glad Silver said, yeah, man, we're going to promote having super teams. Fuck it. Because, come on, folks, the NBA is about ratings. We all know that. But like I said, man, we people need to get out of the habit of, LeBron fans and the media need to stop that shit. Because if you don't want people to keep comparing him to Mike, stop comparing him to Mike.
Simple.
It's simple. It's not like fans are sitting there. Don't get me wrong. You got some hardcore fans like myself from that era that grew up loving that there was competition all across the league. There were stars all across the fucking league. And I've said this before. You got maybe a star in this city, maybe a star in that city. Like right now, if someone sat there and told me Jabari Parker was a star of the Bucks, I'd punch their ass in the fucking face. Because right now, that Greek kid is doing his goddamn thing. But half the motherfuckers that's probably listening to this or probably watch NBA basketball don't even know who the fuck that kid is.
Like, how the fuck they know Jabari Parker? And that nigga I don't think he played a full season yet. No disrespect to him. Talented guy, but like you gotta stay healthy and you gotta put up some numbers in the league, bro.
And what's sad is they're going to be one of the teams, if they keep everything together and get a real good GM and Jason Kidd does what he's doing out there, because they're competing to be the team in the next, because right now it's looking like for the future in the East, Boston, Washington, Milwaukee, and that's it. I mean, as far as outside of Cleveland, I'm saying only like 4 teams in the East. At least in the West, you got Golden State. The Clippers are in flux right now because I'm hearing reports about Chris Paul talking to the Nuggets and the Rockets for whatever reason. Golden State. What I say? Golden State. The Rockets, San Antonio, OKC. You know, it's numerous teams. Portland. You know, they have talent on those teams that are going to be around for a while. They may not beat the Warriors, but they'll give the Warriors, you know, some work. You know, they're going to have to work for it, man. But, you know, like I said, man, just stop trying to, if you don't want people to compare, then stop trying to compare. Because guess what? When y'all are sitting there talking about, it's just funny because if LeBron would have won this, he'd have been, what, 4 and 5 in the finals?
Yeah.
And somehow he'd have still been better than Jordan. And I'm like, well, damn, if I'm 4 and 5 and he's 6 and 0, I'm because he's 3 and 5 now, so he's been 4 and 5, right?
4-4, right?
No,
Yeah.
4 and 4.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he'd have been 500. Yeah, he'd have been 500, and it's ridiculous, man. Like, you know, my thing is, to me, that dude don't hold a candle to Mike. Just from my thing is the the poetry of what you saw Mike. Mike, when you saw Mike, you didn't know what to expect because every time he was on the court, he was going to do something magnificent that you've never seen before. I done seen the same shit with LeBron since 2003. Them lame ass power dunks, him running behind somebody to block a shot, him making them ugly dumb ass faces when he scores or whatever. I done seen that. I mean, he's had some great games, and I'm not saying that he hasn't, but he hasn't had the style of games like Mike's. Let me break it down. I say it like this: Mike's game was classy as shit. Athleticism, poetry in motion, everything he did, everybody wanted to go out on the court and fucking try. I don't see kids doing that shit in this era. These kids ain't sitting out there like, man, I gotta get the new LeBron. I'm gonna go out, man. I'm gonna try to dunk on my man and make this dumbass ugly face.
Like you just said, like Jordan had signature games. Kobe had signature games. LeBron's played good in plenty of games, but I can't think of any signature games.
That one game they always talk about is that one game in Detroit. That's the one game I always
but it's like
about.
He don't have enough of those. He plays great. He stuffs the box score, but like I don't see too many signature games. I can't really remember any. I don't know, man. But like, we gotta like just let the legends live. Let them be legends. That's why they're legends. But like, just to get back on the Kyrie Iverson thing, like they was breaking it down, saying he shoots better. Okay, maybe he might shoot better than Iverson. Handles, I started to give him that, but then I started watching some highlight tapes of fucking Iverson dribbling. Granted, like I told you, Kyrie probably has more moves in his repertoire, and that's because the game progressed and different moves came about. But Iverson, man, he wasn't bullshit with the ball. He fucking set you up, lull you to sleep, snatch that thing, and get to a spot, whether he going to the rack, pulling up for a jumper, or maybe he's dishing it off to somebody. He didn't really waste too much time. And then, like with his moves versus Kyrie gets a little bit of separation. He gets enough to get a shot off. But like when Iverson snatched that jump, he was leaving niggas in the dust. He was dropping niggas. Kyrie dropped a few people, but Iverson was dropping niggas. And one of the reasons why I want to give that's one of the reasons why I want to give the handles to Allen Iverson to say he got better handles is because of that. Because his separation he was more effective with his crossover, in my opinion. And also the level of defense and defenders he played against. He kind of played in that tail end of the hand checking. There was still some hand checking going on. Like people was up on Allen Iverson. He played against better defenders, in my opinion, like a Jordan. He crossed up Jordan. He crossed up Kobe.
I'm gonna tell you, man. What separates the two is that the fact that Iverson, even though Kyrie's about 6'1", 6'2", Allen wasn't even barely 6 feet, and he had no fear going in and going into big man's land and taking a fucking pounding. Nowadays, a Kyrie gets barely touched by one defender, he's going to the line. Iverson would get fucking hammered, score on you, and look at you like that's all the fuck you
Yeah, like
got.
that was
I'll
like
be
the
back in a
joke.
minute.
Like Iverson would drive and end up in the first row. Like, they would fuck
I mean,
Iverson up.
the dude played. If Iverson, if the NFL wasn't so goddamn on prototypical style, big ass white boy, I said big white boy quarterback shit, 6'4", 6'5", 230. A dude that would have paved the way for Iverson being a quarterback in the NFL back then would have been Charlie Ward. Iverson was one of the top high school players in high school football in the fucking country. And they wanted him to switch to wide out. I don't hear them stories about no damn Kyrie. Why? I bring that up because that's where the man's heart came from. Being that small, growing up where he did. Not saying Kyrie didn't grow up in a rough area. I don't really know Kyrie's background,
like
to be
Kyrie,
fair.
like, not saying that's not rough, but like I've been, he like from like Australia and shit like that. Yeah, yeah. I think he like played like an Australian team or some shit like that. Yeah.
Oh man, see, he out there playing
Bullshit.
dingoes and shit. You know, Iverson was with some real dudes, you know what I'm saying? Playing in the streets, you know, but that's where the man's heart came from, a combining of playing football and that going in the lane. I could give a shit about crossovers. That's just me, because everybody mimics everybody else, because at one time, Tim Hardaway had the illest crossover in the game with the killer crossover. And then Iverson took it a step forward.
Shit out of that jump.
You know? So, with the quickness.
If y'all don't know what we talking about, look up that Allen Iverson commercial where he like throw the jump behind his back and spin. Oh man, that shit was ill. Everybody. That's why like we had like a little sidebar conversation like with Abe. He like wanted to replace give the AI nickname to Andre Iguodala because Andre Iguodala has had more success than Allen Iverson. I'm like, dog, that name is stamped as Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson, right, is iconic. He's a legend. You can't take that man's name. Like, yeah.
That's like taking It's like taking America's team away from us.
Yeah,
even though people
man,
try.
you can't do that, bro.
You know.
Oh man, what I was about to say? Damn, I forgot what I was about to say.
I know what you was about to say, man. You was about to pay tribute to Tom Gugliotta on the show finally, right?
No, boy. What's wrong with you? He talking about, I swear to God. Yeah, I know of Gugliotta, you know what I'm saying, just by like me watching the game back in the day and trading cards. I swear, I haven't heard Gugliotta name in damn near 2 decades. Fucking with kids. This nigga been talking about Gugliotta for the last motherfucking 3 podcasts.